So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel, and welcome back to another episode of the Battle Cat's Evolution series. Yeah, so in the last video, we talked about the cat toaster cat, and so today, we're going to be moving on to a slightly weird cat. Now, I only say this is just because, you know, it's kind of like one of them cats that's just kind of strange overall, just how it kind of works in terms of its abilities and stuff. But that cat happens to be none other than the Salaryman Cat. Yep, we're finally getting on to this guy right here. To be honest, I kind of wanted to wait a lot longer for this guy in particular, just because he's like really interesting to talk about, just in terms of how he evolves into like the next couple of stages. But I figured just because a couple people wanted to see this guy like really badly, I was just like, you know what, let's just kind of throw him in, and with the given circumstances, at least for the conditions of this video, then you know, it makes sense to use this guy right here. So yeah, the Salaryman Cat's kind of strange, and hopefully his description will depict that as well, so it's not going to be just me. Let's not forget those who work hard every day. These people pay worker cats salaries. Its last resort is a magnificent, DoGeZa. I have no idea what that's supposed to be referenced to. I know that it's supposed to be referenced to something, but I'm not actually sure what it's supposed to be referenced to. Strong versus red. So I mean, like, you know, this cat is pretty strange, but I do realize what it's supposed to signify. Like, it's supposed to represent, like, you know, the whole fact that I forget what day it actually is during like the year, but it's supposed to be like almost like a worker appreciative day, or like employers appreciative day, because like apparently in some places, or in some establishments I should say, workers just aren't paid enough, or are not paid fairly compared to like other people in like the company and stuff. So this cat right here is supposed to represent that. It's supposed to be like, you know what, equality for everyone. That's good. We got to get all equal pays and stuff, so got to keep it like that. Keeps the economy happy, boosted, motivated, stuff like that. Anyways, enough about that, right? We're just playing a freaking game right here, not talk about like politics. But yeah, this cat's kind of interesting just because he has very simplistic abilities right here. He has the single hit and is also strong against red enemies specifically, so not really the most exciting of cats up until you get up to his second form, which is it should help combat some of like the boring stuff that this guy suffers right here, because, you know, single attack, strong against enemies, it's kind of like, yeah, that's nice and interesting, but like what else can it do? Well, this is what else it can do once you evolve to the next form, which is the Grudge Cat. A Salaryman Cat who couldn't take the abuse from his boss and resorted to anti-red occultism. Ooh, occultism. It's kind of you know, apparently that's actually still, like, not occultism specifically, but just, like, cults in general. Like, it's actually still a thing that happens in 2016. I know, right? It's really weird. You'd think that cults have kind of died out since, like, the 1900s, or even, like, the 1800s, or whenever cults actually started. I studied this in history class, and I already forgot. But, yeah, it's kind of weird how cults are still a thing. Anyways, curse them all. Area attack. So this is the upgrade that you get from the first evolution. So it's pretty helpful because, you know, single attacks and having the strong ability as well isn't kind of a strange combo, because it doesn't really work out too well. I mean, I can see massive damage with single units, that's perfectly fine, as you see with the elemental duelist, as I mentioned in a previous video. But you know, single attacks and then just strong is kind of like meh, doesn't really seem all that great unless there's like other secondary abilities or something else that kind of boost that. But having it evolve from the Salaryman to the Salaryman Cat, sorry, speeding through that really fast, the Salaryman Cat to the Grudge Cat, it definitely gives it an extra boost now that it's able to deal with massive crowds. So instead of like, you know, the typical little groups of like snakes and stuff like getting to your base and sitting at the Salaryman Cat hoping that it's going to do the job done or get the job done, now the Grudge Cat can actually deal with such threats right here, so that's pretty cool. But it doesn't even stop there, because if you thought the second evolution was actually, you know, pretty helpful for the first evolution, then the true evolution is even better than the second evolution, which is pretty helpful for the first evolution in the first place. Yeah, very confusing. I know, this cat's just so freaking complicated, but the complications get intense when you get to the Ritual Cat right here. This world is too brutal and unfair to tolerate. I mean, you know, if you see the world as a very dark, scary place with like unfairness and unjust and or not unjust, like what's the word that I'm thinking of right here? Basically, no justice in other places and stuff. Then okay, sure. I guess you can sort of take this sort of pessimistic sort of view. Primitive rage has overtaken him. Oh my goodness. You know, see, like humans are supposed to be advancing and evolving into the next stages of life, not going backwards right here. That's just sort of like in Zootopia almost when. You got well, I'm not gonna spoil it necessarily, but essentially at some point you have like predators kind of like going back to their primal instincts and like, you know, trying to attack people and stuff. But anyways, if you haven't seen the movie, then I'm not gonna go any further than that. Why flame on social media when you can flame IRL? Wow, that is some wise words right there. Wise words indeed. Area attack damage. But that's not the only thing you can do. So see, like right here, you might be thinking, okay, that's pretty lame. It just kind of has this, has an interesting description, which is pretty freaking cool. But nothing really changes, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. Because see, it now has a secondary ability on top of the primary ability, which is the area attack damage and the strengthen, or the strong effect onto red enemies. And that is the strengthening effect. It's weird. Did I just say strengthening? Okay, well, there's two different types of, there's like the strong effect and then there's like the strengthening effect. So essentially when this guy reaches a certain threshold of HP, I believe it's under 50%, then he will activate his, the secondary ability, which essentially boosts his attack power by, I believe 100%, or it just like makes him a lot stronger, so it becomes more of a threat when he's close to dying. So really, you know, the first evolution is just like single attacks, second evolution is the air attacks, and then the third evolution just makes like the entire process like really powerful. Like if you get this guy to be sort of like the tank or like a temporary tank for your army, and then as soon as he gets the strength boost, then you switch him up into like an offensive thing. So basically he plays defensively and then becomes offensively later in the battle. So he's a really good utility, utility sort of unit in that sense, because you can either use him defensively or offensively in that respect. Anyways, now that all the explanations are done, we can finally get into the first battle, because we're going to do two battles right here. One battle with the Salaryman Cat to show how shitty it is, and then we're going to use the Ritual Cat to show how much it helps improve the Salaryman Cat in once you get to true form. So for this composition, we're going to be using the classic, you know, strengthening or the strong effect sort of thing by using the Maiden Cat, the Cowfish Cat, the Bride Cat, the Dragon Cat, and the Lion Cat, because that all gives the bonus, as well as the unit defense, which I actually didn't know that, or didn't realize that till later on. And then just like a very simple composition of Wall Cats, and these guys right here, Brave Cat and the Crazed Brave Cat. I'm not going to use the true form of the Brave Cat just because I want to try to focus it mostly on the Ritual Cat, but for now, let's just go with this composition right here. And the particular stage that we're going to be testing the sun is going to be on the Stair of Darkness, just on Red Alert 1 star. Not 2 star or 3 star, just because I don't actually have it right yet, or just yet, but this should be close enough to actually show the power, or the difference in power of the two cats, the Salaryman Cat and the Ritual Cat right here. Right. Okay, so as soon as the battle starts, they're already sending out the red bunnies, which is unfortunate, but instead of just one bunny, we can definitely send out the Salaryman Cat, and you can see, so far, not really super crazy good. Like, it wasn't even able to take down the bunny in, like, a single hit, which is, like, you know, usually, I mean, like I said in previous videos, if you have no expectations, then you'll never be disappointed. But I don't know, I just expected so much more out of this guy. Like, even in its first form, if you can't even kill them in one hit, it's kind of just like, well, then this cat's kind of like just in that respect. Oh yeah, one thing that I'll start doing now in these videos is that, because some people have been saying that the, like, well, they said this is like a really long time ago, and like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 episodes way before this one, but they say that they preferred it back when I was actually talking about, like, you know, the visual looks of the units, as opposed to just like talking about them legitimately, like in terms of battling and stuff. So if we were to talk about looks, it's a pretty interesting sort of conception right here, and ooh, we're actually not doing very well right here, so I'm probably gonna have to start using the Wall Cats. Like, you can see that the single attack sort of effect right here is just really disadvantaged, because we can't even get through these guys right here. But yeah, you just have like a very skinny or like a slim sort of tall business looking dude, and instead of using his briefcase to kind of, you know, chuck it at the enemies or even like smack them with it, because I'm pretty sure a briefcase full of something, if it's like books or paper, like, you know, Krabby Patties, just like in that SpongeBob episode, then obviously it should be like an effective weapon against these guys. But nope, instead what he does is that he's gonna literally jump in the air and kind of just like smack down on those guys. But what he's doing is like sort of like it's like the begging position, you know, when you're like, I don't know, if you're at like work or something, or you're like trying to ask for something really great, and you're just like, oh, please, 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 I'll like, you know, do anything, and you go on your knees to do so. That's basically what this guy's doing right here, which is, again, supposed to be symbolic and meaningful to like the whole, like, the reason like why he was made and such. So it's pretty interesting in that respect. It's funny, but I can kind of appreciate that they would do such a thing like that. And other than that, he kind of just looks very basic. I believe, if I look carefully, yeah, he is wearing a suit, because you can tell by the collars just beside the... Actually, is that a suit? Well, okay, I would argue that he actually is wearing a suit just based on like the collars that you can see just under his neck right there with the necktie, of course. But some people say that this guy's completely naked, which I would argue that, well, you know, you have other cats like, you know, the DoGeZa cat and literally, I don't know, like 50 other cats that are also considered to be naked. So it's kind of like, I don't really know if that's a valid point, but I'll just say that this guy actually has clothes. So unfortunately for us, it's taking a lot longer than I thought. Like, I know that the Salaryman Cat's like not the greatest of cats, but Jesus Christ, like we could get to some progress here to actually see like the main boss that I'm gonna be testing these guys. I was like, come on, guys, like you could do more damage right here. You can do more damage. But to be totally honest, like just the Salaryman Cat in general is not supposed to be doing a lot of damage. It's kind of just there to be like a very powerful tank, which then turns into like a very powerful offensive weapon. Or not offensive weapon, offensive cat. These guys aren't objects. These guys are actual, like, you know, animals and entities with feelings and stuff. But yeah, like they're supposed to be super tanky units, which then turns into offensive units as soon as like they take too much damage. But you can see here, like this is not going very well right now. I might actually start summoning these guys. Like, I don't think it really matters because at this point, because really it seems that these cats are gonna die as well. But you can kind of get the idea. Like, really, in a scenario like this, the Salaryman Cat is just not doing the job right now, letting these guys go through, as the Brave Cats and the Crazed Brave Cats like struggling to actually try to bring something back right here. Like, at this point, we may as well just kind of die right here. Maybe the laser, just a cheeky laser, kind of, you know, be like, oh my god, no, we can still win this, but no, not actually. Says, we've already gone to the base. So yeah, you can see that, as I said, single attacks plus the strength boost, not the strength bonus, the strong bonus effect is just not a good combo. Look at that, 99%. We couldn't even do that much damage. Wow, that is utterly pathetic. My goodness. Okay, well this time here, or this time, folks, let's actually get onto the Ritual Cat right here. And thankfully enough, the Ritual Cat and the Grudge Cat actually look kind of similar. So, you know, whatever I say for the Ritual Cat, you can kind of make assumptions of what it'll look like for the Grudge Cat as well. But you know, I don't know, just trying to balance things right, like balance things out right here. Like, I would love to show off the Grudge Cat as well, but you know, that's the point of this video, or all these videos, I would assume anyways, is just to show, you know, whether or not a cat's good and if you should use it or not. Right. So now let's get on to the Grudge Cat. Look at this. Yes, now the Grudge Cat can actually kill these guys in one hit. It's pretty freaking amazing. Like, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me when you have like such an expensive cat, because it is kind of expensive to even throw in battle. But when you have such an expensive cat and that it just does not perform as you want it to, so it's really nice when it actually does what it does. But look at this guy right here. He has like the little skirts, the two flaming tiki torches that he not only spins in the air and it just kind of goes really high and does his like little forward thing, he catches it right before it falls to the ground. Like, that is freaking impressive. Like, you gotta admit, you don't really see that often, like in TV shows or something, where someone's gonna really throw flaming sticks in the air and then still make it back down. And whoops, look at that. Why'd I say whoops? Don't really know. I meant to say ooh, because that's more interesting. But you can see that this guy is now in his strengthened effect. So now it really isn't, well, okay, the red snakes are an exception right here. Wow, 3 hits, jeez. But he becomes so much stronger than when he's in that state. So, you know, it's just really nice to have. Like, you can see, like, he's tanking these hits, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, it goes into like the freaking Hulk form, or like Saitama form, Superman form. Now, Saitama's probably, to be honest, I'm pretty sure like Saitama would actually be the one to go like even stronger, but that's for That's for a debate for anime fans and such. Anyways, somehow we're still not there. It's because these red snakes, they're just like really annoying. I might start sending these guys just in a bunch right here, because I think you can sort of understand that, you know, like, yes, it is definitely an improvement from the Salaryman Cat, so there probably is a chance that we can actually win this battle this time around and not actually lose. Anyways, getting back onto the looks right here. Did you know that he also has candles on his freaking head? So not only is he like throwing the flaming stick skillfully in the air and still catching it at the very last second, as he thrusts himself forward in a downward motion, like as he's bowing down. It's surprising how the candles on his head don't actually go out. It's just one of those things, just like, wow, man, like the fires for this guy, or the rage that he possesses must be that strong if it's just like not going out. Okay, so now we're dealing with these guys again, but you can see, look at this, they're actually taking it this time. I mean, like, way before they were like struggling to actually do much, but this time it's actually not too bad. Okay, so this time we're gonna actually start like right away and start like summoning all these guys right here, and hopefully there's going to be a difference. So I mean, we're still kind of losing right here just because like the redhead dudes are typically kind of strong. Like, they're not to be messed with, even like, especially when there's like a lot of them in like this sort of fashion right here. But thankfully we're not doing too bad. The ritual cats are starting to stock up, which is very nice, and some of them do have the strengthen effects, which should be helpful, or which should come to our favor. Now I'm hoping that we can take these guys out just before the red dude in the chair. Like, I know that his name starts with like an N, and it's like super, it's not that difficult to actually pronounce it, but like, I don't know, I just can never remember it. Look at that! Oh, yeah, the redheads are actually dying right here. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we're doing a lovely job right here. And I mean, like, I didn't forget that it does have the strong effect, so obviously it does more damage and takes less damage. That's why, like, well, obviously, because like it's meant for the red enemies, of course. But so far so good. We're holding them off. Well, that's pretty bad. Okay, we took a massive hit right there, but this should be pretty good too, because now they're all to their strengthened state, and hopefully, if we can just tank this, then it'll be fine right here. There we go. Okay, all the reds are down, and this guy's about to charge. Let him do that. I'm hoping that the knockbacks will do something right here. Ooh, gonna lose quite a bit of ritual cats right there. So it looks like, okay, they can definitely survive one hit from the dude in the chair, which is great. But then, once they survive the one hit, then they're activated into their strengthened states, so it's actually pretty advantageous for us to get hit by those things. Well, of course, it's not really good in this case, because, like, you know, they're gonna keep sending out the redhead dudes, but as long as we can kill them like this, then it should be pretty good. Right. So I think, like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna win this fight right here, to be totally honest, but it's just taking a long time. It's really irritating because, like, even though, you know, you have all these like nice bonuses for the ritual cat, like they kind of move a little bit slowly, and their attack rate is not like super lightning speed. Like, it kind of takes them a few seconds to actually do the attack right here, as you can see. Oops, I completely timed up wrong. That's perfectly fine though. Should not be a problem. But yeah, it's just it's really mind blowing, isn't it? Because like, moments before, we were witnessing that the Salaryman Cat was actually struggling to do like anything. Like, it actually led to our defeat right here. And this time, we're actually like, we're winning right here. Yeah. I mean, not as like, we could be winning this a lot faster. Like, if the original cat was like even stronger than it was before, because it's like only level 27. If it was level 30, then oh my goodness, this guy would actually be like a freaking threat to these dudes. But for now, it's pretty impressive. And for some reason, oops, okay, did not mean to send out the mating cat right there. But I don't know, like, I feel like you understand that this cat is definitely more powerful in its true form. So I guess it's probably fine for me to start some of these dudes right here. And I have a lot of money too, so like, why not? So yeah, let's just summon all the cats right here, waste all the money so that we can finish this battle right up right here. So yeah, I think in all honesty, like, despite the fact that most people would definitely use the original cat as more of like a support character, because he's going to be like a tank and then switches to offense, he can be offensive too. You can probably use him as just an offensive weapon as well, and not just like, you know, rely on his support to like, you know, get into the strengthened state, because you can force him to get into the strengthened state, and then he can start doing some real damage to like everyone around him, which is pretty gnarly. So yeah, it's just a matter of time now for us to win this battle. It's taking a long time. The video's a lot longer than I expected, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Just because I'm trying to prove a point right here, and you know what, it's fine too, because sometimes these battles can take like a long time, and then it's still pretty fun just to like, you know, watch and commentate over them. But anyways, Let's just speed the process right here. There we go. Yes. Finally to the base. It took a long time, but you know what? It's pretty cool. Like, look at this. I didn't even realize, like, if you have a lot of these, a lot of the ritual cat dudes, you just see, like, kind of like an endless sort of, like, barrage of, like, flaming sticks in there, which looks just pretty fantastic, actually. Ooh, I didn't even, like, yeah, if you zoom out, you can see, like, how high it goes. So, yeah, the things go high, spins perfectly, and then comes all the way down at the same velocity and speed as it came back up right there. So, pretty good. It's a lot of science terminology right there. But, yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So, I apologize that this video was actually a lot longer than, you know, it typically is for these videos. Like, usually I try to aim for, like, at least 10 to, in between 10 and 15 minutes. But I guess there was just so much to talk about for this guy, which is why it took a lot longer. But, hopefully you see the difference between this dude and the first form. So, do I recommend this cat then, or sorry, do I recommend this cat then, wow, fantastic word right there. Do I recommend this cat? Yes, I do. It's pretty good. It's kind of difficult to get to its final form, though, because you have to get the Salaryman Cat, which is not too hard, but then you have to actually, like, fight it, like, the true form battle to get this dude, and that can be a little bit annoying just because he's kind of tough. But once you do get him, I think it's pretty worth it, so... You know, he might not be useful in, like, every sort of composition. Like, against boars, he kind of has a difficult time because the boar just attack really fast, and he's not able to keep up with that, even though he just got the strength and ability. So, really, use this cat for, like, more slower attacking red enemies, not so much for, like, fast attacking red enemies, because he'll definitely have a hard time keeping up. But overall, I'd say, yeah, it's a good cat. It's not bad at all. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Battle Cats videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!